All right, folks, welcome back. We got the head coach of the Villanova Wildcats, Andy Talley, in his final season there in the beautiful outside of Philadelphia. So, Coach Talley, thanks for joining us. Just talk about your final season. What's your feeling like knowing that this time next year you'll be, doing other things?
Well, I'm looking forward to the season. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to finish up strong. I think we've been predicted to be somewhere in the middle of the pack, which is a good place to hide. I think we're probably better than that, and hopefully we can prove that on the field. So I think we're going to have a real good season. And, in terms of my last season, everyone asked me, what do you think? I think it's just one of those things where, 32 years is a long time to be in one school. I have my associate head coach, Mark Franny, is going to be the head coach. Staff's intact. So we're in good shape. I think things are good. We have a new $20 million football building completed this September.
Awesome.
So the program is really ready to rock and roll.
This program has come a long way since 1985 when you brought it back after years of not playing football there at Villanova. So talk about your first year in 1985 to now, and the changes around Philadelphia and these leagues you've been part of.
Well, I think when I took the job over, Villanova was out of football for 4 years and dropped football in 1981, and it was actually Howie Long's last year there. So when I came in, a lot had to be resold, and we had to do things right. And we were fortunate to win the first 5 games we played, and then we went 19-1 in the first 2 years. So we had a lot of immediate success, gathered everybody's attention, and we sold out a lot of games early in the career. And then as time went on, we were in the old Yankee Conference, and then from the old Yankee Conference, we moved to our next conference,
Atlantic 10.
The Atlantic 10, which was terrific, and now the CAA. So every time we'd move, we'd have to rebrand ourselves so that our fans knew, who we were and what we were doing, which is hard to do in the Philadelphia area because Philly is a pro town. Mm-hmm. So a lot of our schools in the league don't have the Philadelphia Eagles or the New York Giants to deal with. We do. So we had to make it fun. So our offense was always wide open, unpredictable, throw the ball a lot, so on. So we started playing better defense maybe in the 10th year of the program, and I think that really helped us. But it took us 25 years to finally win a national championship in 2009. And you do that with a really good defense and a good offense.
Well, talk about the first game of the year, and you're making the trip up to Pittsburgh, Heinz Field. You're accustomed to playing NFL stadiums because you played Temple a lot at Lincoln Financial Field and all that stuff. Just talk about going up to Pittsburgh and the aura of that city, and where that team is the Steelers, and everybody in that town loves Steelers and football, and plus they forgot there was Panther football on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I know it's a big game for us. Pitt happens to be very good this year. They finished the season as a bowl team. They were 8-4 on the season, and they have 16 starters back. So it's a Pitt team that's really loaded. Tough time for Villanova to have to play them. But usually in the first game of the year, they haven't really had a chance to get going. Probably look past Villanova a little bit just because they're playing Penn State the week after. Their mind's on Penn State, not Villanova. And I think that will help us a little bit. Playing in a pro stadium is always great. We've done it before. And, it'll be a first-class setting. It's on grass. So we look forward to it. The big thing with those games is you want to play well and hopefully come out without any major injury. And that's the key to making sure that you can continue and have a good season, because to beat Pitt, we're going to have to play almost perfect football, for sure. So we're looking forward to the challenge. We played big-time teams year in and year out, and the that'll be as tough a venue as we played in, really.
Well, the basketball team won their national championship last year for basketball. Had you seen that wear off in your program and other programs and at the school to get you guys ready to go for this year, and knowing that the basketball team can come out of nowhere and win a championship?
Well, I think that's always a good thing when they win nationally, but especially the national championship. I think we'll see the fruits of that next year rather than this year because we were pretty much completed in our recruiting by the time they won the national championship. But I think we'll see that next year. And it helps because I think kids believe that, okay, well, they won a national championship in basketball, they can do it in football. And, most people have heard of Villanova even before they won the national championship because of Big East basketball.
Right.
But certainly it was wonderful to be a national champion in basketball. And I think it'll help the program down the line the next couple of years.
I know your program was approached a couple of years ago when the Big East, before they folded in football, to have you guys join, to keep, the Big East in the same as football and basketball. Have you ever thought about one day maybe taking that leap to Division I and be part of the American Athletic Conference, the old Big East, or do you ever think, down the road you're going to see your program that you started in 1985 going to Division I?
Well, we've had those discussions at Villanova, and they've been very hearty discussions. And I think it forces a lot of people to draw the line in the sand and say, look, do we want to be a minor league Division I team, or do we want to be a big-time Division I team? We are in a pro town, so attendance is always a concern. We don't have a stadium to play in. We have our Villanova Stadium, seats 15,000, but you need a stadium that's on site that seats 50,000. And playing off campus is never the answer for a Division I team. So we had a couple of things going against us. I think if the Big East had put a football league in place, in order for us to stay in the Big East, we would have had to be a 1A football team. But it would have been a struggle. And we would have had to think about building a stadium, like Temple's going through that right now. And they're talking about putting a stadium right in Center City, Philadelphia. So it's a big issue. I think that's been talked about and put away for a long time in Villanova. I think we're going to be a high-quality FCS football team.
Yeah, like you see that you're like saying Division I, like the University of Miami, they left the Orange Bowl, or they knocked down the Orange Bowl, and now their fan base has to travel like 40 miles north to the stadium where the Marlins used to play, and they're wondering why the crowds are so thin. Well, a lot of students don't want to make the 40-minute trip on a bus.
Right.
They want to be right on the center of the campus, so they have to drink a adult beverage to go back to their dorms, and they can relax instead of hopping on the bus.
You got it. Understand, and that's exactly the problem that we would have had at Villanova if you'd have played. Temple does the same thing. They play in Philadelphia, and the games, they're hard to produce and get people there. It's tough. It'd be a tough venue for Villanova because we're in the suburbs, and the stadium would be in the city.
Let's talk about your offense. 13 returning starters. Just talking about your quarterback, he's taken over a quarterback that's very good for you guys for the last 4 years. What does he bring to the table?
Well, Zach Bednarsik is the quarterback who played last year when John Robertson got hurt. Zach can run and throw, so he's a dual threat guy. He's the kind of player that can make a good play out of a bad play, especially a pass play that hasn't developed. He's at least going to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, but more importantly, he probably gets you 4 or 5 yards, and he can run. He has a strong arm, a real strong arm, and he needs to work on his leadership. He's quiet for a quarterback, actually, and we're hoping that he becomes a little more vocal this year. But I think he's the key to our success.
Well, Coach Talley, I know you're a busy man. It's a privilege to talk to you every year. Good luck in the final season, and I hope to see you at the end of the year when you play Delaware. And hopefully this is year to remember for you and your family, and a good transition to a new program, new coach next year.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. My pleasure.
That's Coach Andy Talley, the head coach of the Villanova Wildcats. We're going to try to get more people here, coaches stopping by. We're here until noon, and then we're going to get our grub on. So we'll be right back here. Listen to the CAA Football Media Day here on Herb FM Radio.